We got 3 pictures, but you could tell this is
never gonna sell like this.
I know. I saw it and kept going because I'm like, oh, it looks like land.
Even you didn't. Even the investor didn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
This is a great one to call.
A great one because everyone else is probably skipping it.
Right.
How can I help you?
Well, I'm, just checking it out. I see the house needs a lot of work. I do that. I love picking up, fixer-uppers, anything with a tremendous amount of damage. This looks like it's fire damaged. And I just wanted to get some details from you. I know you guys are not taking any offers until someone has viewed the property, which I can understand. But I'm wanting to get whatever details you might have on it before we go out there.
Guys, welcome back to another video in our masterclass. Jamil.
What's up, bro?
Dude, we're in here cozy in your studio. This is really cool.
Not as nice as your spot with the lake behind us, but there's a dog.
Yeah, there's a dog in the background.
Yeah, there's a dog in the background, a painting of a dog.
We're low tech. There's a few buttons to push.
Yep.
We got Bobster here helping us, but this is really fun because you and I are going to add to this series that we're working on, and we're going to do some more fun stuff all around how to dominate agents in your wholesale business.
Correct. And I think this is probably the most important aspect of it, which is like, how do you make the money, right? You make the money by actually getting out and having these conversations with the agents. So, where do you find the agents? How do you identify what's a property that's actually worthwhile calling? Because, I do Straight Outta Compton on my YouTube channel, and I get people putting in addresses in the chat of houses that have just been renovated.
Yeah.
And so obviously, if you're looking at that, you missed the assignment, right? The assignment is that's not the type of house that's a wholesale deal. What we're looking for in wholesale deals is opportunities to force appreciation. So you're looking for houses with potential. So we don't really care so much about the price because that's going to be something that we're going to talk about. But we want to make sure that this is a house that it's obvious it's an as-is condition. This house needs a renovation to become a retail property. So Jerry and I are going to be using free tools, and we're going to be looking for these opportunities. We've got a screen recording here so you can see actually like where we're going. We're starting at Redfin. We're going to show you like the parameters that we're looking for. And we're just going to get on the phones and show you what these actually look like. And if you did this all day, you can make some money.
Yeah, it's so true. And the thing about this too is one thing that's different with on-market versus off-market is we have a couple things that we don't yet know with off-market. We know that they want to sell because it's for sale if we're farming for listed properties. And we have some sort of basis around condition. Even if it's just the exterior picture of the house, you can usually tell, okay, that thing looks a little run down.
Right.
It probably needs work. This is the type of thing I'm looking for. So like you said, sometimes stuff will slip through your filters and it's totally retail, it's totally updated. That's not really what we're looking for because if it's in great condition, they're not probably going to be looking for a discounted price. And we need to buy at a discount if we're going to wholesale and make money.
Correct.
So that's really great because we can very quickly identify, okay, this looks like an opportunity. Who knows if they're motivated? We don't know that yet, but at least we can narrow down and find some potential that we could call on and see if we could get a deal done.
Love it.
And that's our attempt today, guys. No promises that there's motivation here, that we're going to get a deal. That's not the point. What I tell people is as long as you're having quality conversations again and again every single day, stars are going to align and you're going to get a deal.
Right.
At some point. Maybe not that one, but maybe that agent calls you back in 3 months or 6 months and they bring you an off-market lead. That's the goal. If you guys watch our series, the goal of all of this isn't the deal in hand, it's the relationship because the relationship will equal business over time. If there's anything you take away from Jamil and I, it's create these relationships, do really good follow-up, that will convert into deals in time.
That's it.
So, want to start with Redfin?
Yeah, let's get it.
Redfin's really cool. One of the reasons why I like Redfin over Zillow or Realtor.com or any of the other like big sites is Redfin, if you look at my screen, if I look at, like I did a county search right now in Macomb County, Michigan. So this is a market that I'm really familiar with. So if you search the county, now you can see here it blocks it out right on the map. And I can do a bigger area, I could do a smaller area, I could remove, let's
close that up.
Let's close that. I could remove the boundary. Let's see, where's that? There's a button somewhere that says remove outline. If I remove the outline, it'll just show me everything that's on the map. Now the other filter in here is, I did this right before we started recording. You might want to click on houses if you only want to look at houses. And then there's a filter that Redfin has that none of the other sites have called Fixer Upper. Look how cool this is, guys. So if I check that, if I uncheck it, there's going to be a bazillion homes, 274. If I check it, Redfin has an algorithm that they look at the description. So they're looking for descriptive words like needs work, motivated seller, whatever their list is. And then by clicking that, you're saying, okay, I just want to see those. Now it's only finding one right
One
now.
home, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like you get a big list. One's actually really, really small. I'm really surprised that we're not seeing more than that. So let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. Now if I start to go down south of 8 Mile right here, we're now into Detroit, probably. Not quite yet, Mount Clemens. So there's a few more there. But here's your list over here. Now I could view this from like the photos, which I kind of like because I get to see exterior. Like I don't know about what you guys think, but I'm looking at this going, wow, that looks pretty nice. That one doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's no landscaping, but see, your eyes should be looking for things like this one. You're
This
like,
one,
okay,
that guy
siding's
right
falling
there.
off, the
Yep.
price is low. So if you click on this one,
Oh,
like there we go.
yummy.
Oh my gosh, don't you get excited when you see that?
I love it. That's like perfect.
You're like, So guys, in half a second, we've identified this is a distressed seller. I mean, think about this, Jamil. I try to put myself in the seller's shoes a little bit. Like rule number one, don't ever try to understand the seller's thought process, right? But we do know one thing. Seller's highly motivated to sell this, or they're somewhat motivated, but rather than go find a cash buyer like some people do, they're like, you know what, I'll just list it with an agent. So whatever the motivation is, one thing we know is they probably have a little bit of a timeline that's
Right.
okay. You know, they don't have to close in 2 weeks or this wouldn't work.
Right.
But they couldn't even be bothered to clean it out.
No.
Knowing that they could get more money if they did.
Right.
They can't even be, so this is a checked out seller. Like they're not even gonna clean this
Yeah.
place.
They called the agent. They called the agent. They were like, deal with it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, and they're
don't
like,
care.
the agent was probably like, do you want me to clean it? And how many days has it been on market now?
6.
6 days. So they said highest and best due by 9/25. What's the date today? 9/25.
Yeah, this is due right now.
It's due today.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. We're late to the party. That's what I call this. We're so late
Or
to the
maybe
party.
we're right on time.
Well, when I say late to the party, all I mean is everybody and their brother's seen this now.
Sure.
The whole market knows about this deal.
Yep.
Because investors have agents looking for deals for them, and it's 6 days. So we know that when we're going to call on this right now, that we're not getting some phenomenal deal
Correct.
because they probably already have offers or they're talking to everybody, but we still do the call because we're after that relationship. So what we're doing here, guys, is I Googled. Let me go back because we were talking when we did it. Okay, so if you look here, guys, if I scroll down a little bit, you're looking for this listed by. Don't ever call these ads you'll see.
No.
Like this is an ad. People make that mistake. They call this guy, he's just running an ad.
Yeah.
You want this Jessica Bellinger with Remax. Now, sometimes there's a phone number, but a lot of times there's not. So all I did was I highlighted that. I ran over to Google. And then what I like to do is I like to go to Realtor because Realtor almost always has a profile that looks just like this. And then there's usually a phone number. Yeah, so we're looking for that number there. Now, here's my process, Jamil. Tell me if you do something different. But what I do is I could try calling this person. I have a local area code still to this day from Michigan. So they might be like, okay, that's a 248 number. That's here local. Maybe they answer. If you're doing this in a different area code, they're probably not going to answer.
They're not going to
They're going to think it's a spam
An
call.
unknown number, yeah.
Yeah.
From an out of state.
Right. So just be aware of that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to text this number. So I'm typing it into my phone. And all I'm going to say is this. I'm going to say, hi, what was the name again?
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. I'm a cash investor, or I'm an investor interested in making a cash offer on your listing
15
on
Michigan Street.
Michigan Street. Yep, Michigan Street. So again, hi Jessica, I'm a cash investor interested in making a cash offer on your listing on Michigan Street. Can I call you in 5 minutes? Question mark. Okay, now that I've done that, and it went through in blue, so it's an iPhone to iPhone.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I got the right number.
Yep.
If that does error, I'm like, shoot, I'm calling the office, and then I would try again, a different number. But this just lets me know I've got a cell phone, and usually they'll respond very, very quickly to this because I say cash offer.
Right.
Like, oh, cash offer. Yeah, look at, I'm sorry, highest and best was due by 5. Well, wait a minute.
It's
It's 6 in Michigan.
6 in Michigan.
We missed it by an hour.
Okay, well,
Dang it.
but we can still salvage this.
Want to try to call her anyway?
Call her
So let's
anyways.
say, aw, dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it! See, guys, this is why you don't sleep on your. You can save these searches too, and then
Yeah.
it'll automatically notify you when that comes out, which I have actually. So I'm really upset right now that we weren't on this right when it came out. So this is why you got to stay on top of this, guys. When these new listings come out, you want to be right on the phone. Dang it. Can I call you to discuss
Future business.
Yeah, future business. There you go. Future business. Now she might be busy or whatever. Okay. Now what would be great would be still make the connection, still call. And then I also could say, so did you accept an offer? Which I think she's implying.
She's implying she did.
Yeah, she did. But let's just try calling her right now and just see what happens. Like, see
Okay.
if she answers. So I didn't wait for her to say yes. But that's good.
Speaker.
Oh yeah, speaker. She could be slammed right now with trying to get paperwork done or whatever. She's not going to answer.
Missed it.
But let's talk about what happened here. Notice, guys, that we didn't comp anything. We're not running any type of formulas. We're not looking at repairs. Maybe we get to that point, but honestly, that's the least of my worries right now. Can I
Right.
make a connection? Can I call? Can I gather information? If I get her on the phone, I'll be like, okay, well, what do you think the back end value is? I don't say ARV, I say back end value. Hey, I might look at this as a flip, or maybe it's a good rental. What do you think I should do? And I just gather information, ask questions. I might start comping a little bit while I'm talking to her. I'll ask questions like, hey, what do you think the repairs are? And I'm unrepresented. Would you be able to represent me on this deal? So that's the double dip, like build that relationship. And ultimately, I want to get to a conversation where I say to her, hey, next time you sit down with a hoarder like this, a seller like this, would you consider calling me before you list it to see if we could work out a deal offline?
I love it.
And then see what they say. And maybe then I would talk about, look, we can cover the commissions. You know, like I always say, and you can say this even if you're brand new, we plan on doing 12 to 15 deals like this year or in the next 12 months. We're looking to create a relationship with you so that we could do ongoing deals, you know, like that relationship. But this, guys, we literally just found this deal in, 2 minutes? You
Yep.
know, just doing that one Redfin trick.
It's pretty good. Let's see how this trick works in Phoenix.
Okay.
So maybe try Maricopa County.
Yeah. So we'll just go back to Redfin. Let's go in here and put Maricopa, Arizona. And this is like 4 million population
So
or whatever.
That's actually Maricopa. Let's go to Maricopa County.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so let's go county.
Boom.
County. Okay, so we click Maricopa County. And we should have that filter still in there. So let's go back to that filter. The only filters we have in here, guys, are houses and, oh no, we didn't. So let's put fixer upper.
Oh yeah, look at that.
193. You know, like that's
That's a
dude,
great
you're busy.
list.
Yeah, you're busy. Like that's a lot. And look at all that. All of these. So let's try to see why they might have called it a fixer upper. Now stuff slips through where you're like, why is that a fixer upper? But it's all about what they put in the words. So I've seen retail stuff that says motivated seller, but it's retail. But look at this one.
Ooh.
You know where that's at? Oh, that's Mesa.
Yep.
Okay, so here in Mesa, and then typically great investment opportunity. So that's your key word that triggered Redfin to call this a fixer-upper.
Right, and they're saying, similar sized homes going for about 400K. So the key here is like, what is this going to cost, right? Like, what do they think it's going to cost versus what is it actually going to cost? Just looking at this, 1,300 square feet. This thing looks pretty rough. I'm saying this is probably $100,000 to get there, right? And so you buy it at 300. You put 100 in. It's worth 400. You've made no money.
Right.
Right. So you probably need to be in this thing at like 220
Yeah. Or
this-
100 grand lower.
or 100.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
right?
Yeah.
For this to make sense.
What's cool is there's 32 pictures. So,
Yeah.
so for Jamil and I, guys, would we go to this property?
Not a
Hell
chance.
no. At least not right now. We don't need to. Look at all the pictures we have. Everything we need to know is right here. This thing is hammered. Mm-hmm. It's a full gut reno. I mean, this thing looks like it's barely standing up.
It needs everything, like new siding on the outside, new roof, new electrical. Actually, the panel looks good. The electrical panel looks good, but that's about it.
You know, the nicest thing about this house is the fence. Look
Right,
at the
it's still
fence.
standing. How is the house falling down and the fence is standing?
Yeah.
Hilarious. But I think we call anyways.
Yeah, let's call.
Yeah.
For sure. You want to call this one?
Yeah, I'll give him a try. We got a number here. I'll do the old Jerry trick. We've got Natalie Warden. Oh, I know
Gentry.
Natalie. I know Natalie.
Is this an
Warden.
investment group?
Yeah, this is Natalie Warden is Josh Warden's wife. And they are awesome. I think I just bought a deal from them recently.
You got their number? Do you think that's the right number?
Here's a number right here. That's it? Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Natalie Warden with Gentry Real Estate.
Let's see if I could get a hold of her husband.
Which, by the way, while you're doing that, this agent, Jessica, remember how
Yeah.
last text I said, hey, can I call to discuss future business?
Yep.
She replied back, I'm at dinner with family right now. I'm happy to text or talk later. So then this would be a great relationship to create.
So I will text Natalie.
Now, while Jamil's doing that, guys, like, look how cool this is with, in this county, 193.
Say that one more time.
And just in Maricopa County, on
Yeah.
this fixer-upper
That's a
search,
lot.
right there, there's 193.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so I texted.
Okay.
We're waiting for a response
Okay.
over there. Let's see
Look
what
for
else
another
is
one?
up.
Yep.
Up, yeah.
So again, we could just start at the top and click on these
Sure.
and try to see what's going on. But what I try to do if I have limited time is just go
Look
try
for
to
the
cherry
chocolatey.
pick.
Yeah. Look for the most
Like-
chocolate.
Like look at this one. This one's funny. They show you a picture of a fireplace,
Perfect.
which means
Lazy
terrible agent. And look at it. Like, why is that your first picture?
Because
Are you kidding?
they don't know what they're doing, right?
It's such bad agent. A picture of the fireplace.
It's great. Okay, Austin.
You ever heard of them?
No.
So what we're gonna do, guys, is we've got Austin Denham, and what's cool here, Jamil, is this is Denmar Realty. So this is probably like a mom and pop. Mm-hmm. I love mom and pop operators because they're more creative.
yeah,
they're more
they don't have
scroungy, you know.
brokers that
Yeah.
are causing them all kinds of problems and telling them all kinds of shenanigans about wholesale or this or that.
Or
They're
my
just-
broker said I can't do this.
Right.
Now they're not making it very easy to get a hold of. I wonder if it's. Should I
I
try
don't-
that one? Jammin' Austin? No, that didn't really help me. This is the other thing that drives me crazy. Like, why are you so hard to get a hold of? It's Denmar Realty. I mean, here's their Google thing,
Let's
but
check his there it is.
his Insta.
His Insta should have his number on it.
There he is.
There's his
his number.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's try this guy.
So again, there's nothing wrong with just calling the number, especially if you're local, because hopefully they pick it up. But if you're calling an area code that's not local to your number, there we go.
Where's that one?
That one? That's that one. Notice, guys, Jamil's calling. He doesn't even know what his offer is. Doesn't need that.
No clue.
This is Austin Denham with Denmar Realty and Home Investors of America. Please leave me a voicemail or shoot me a text and I'll get back to you.
Okay, so this is a wholesaler.
It's a wholesaler, so
Yeah.
he's probably wholetailing this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text him.
Good contact though,
Yeah.
because you could JV with this guy. Or you. So Jamil wants to know everybody in his market, right? Like that's smart to know who's who and who's out there doing deals. So what's interesting here, Jamil, is I went down and looked at. Yeah, check this out, you guys. He's wholetailing. So he bought this May 31st, a couple months ago from this recording for $200
Wow.
and he relisted for $299. Now, why he waited is odd.
Well, because they
June, July,
realized that's a big lift.
100K.
100K.
Yeah.
He's just trying to wait it out a little bit. so
Maybe
it's
he
not,
let it sit. Yeah,
let it sit a
minute.
little marinate a little while. You know. My goodness, that's a big lift. So he's got a ton of room on this thing.
Right.
There's a good chance these guys take $250 for this.
So it's 2 days, so it's got no time on market. So he's probably going to wait and see what kind of activity he gets. But How would you, I've got a couple ideas here, but how would you approach this guy knowing it's a fellow wholesaler doing what we do?
Yeah, so I'd say, hey, Austin, how's it going? I looked at the house on Clinton, and I noticed from your voicemail you're a home investor, so I know you're an investor. So thank goodness I'm talking to another investor who understands how much things cost. Tell me about the house. What's going on with it? And then I just let him talk to me and say, okay, cool. So I'm looking at the pics here. House obviously needs everything. You know the same because you put it in the listing. What do you think it's going to cost to fix this? You know, you guys have probably done a bunch of flips. From what I can see, you got 1,600 square feet. We're probably upwards of 120 on this. And, you know, I know you got a little bit of room on it. I think 299 is super rich. You know, what are your thoughts? Could you, you have a bottom line that you would make sense for you guys? And, you know, no worries if not. We may not be able to make this one work, but because you're a home investor, I was thinking there's probably a good opportunity for you and I to get to know each other and do some future deals, because, you know, I can help you guys disposition stuff that maybe you don't want to take down and put on the MLS. So
would you say to him, let me ask you this, would you say to him, hey, I've got one of the biggest dispo lists in Phoenix. If you let me know your bottom line, maybe I've got a buyer for it.
Absolutely. So I would actually try to do this where I didn't have to go under contract on it. Maybe I'd do like an option, and I'd say, okay, hey, you know, while you're selling this at $299, you know, what if I put it out to our list at like $260 and seeing if we can get something for you there. That way, it looks like there's a really good discount from MLS list price to what we're putting it out at. It gives you more visibility on the deal. It gives us an opportunity to collaborate and work together. So I try to get creative with him to see if he's got any you know, opportunity to do that.
I love that. I would do that. And by the way, Jamil does have one of the largest lists in this market because he's been here forever and he's the best at what he does. But let's say that you're watching this right now and you're like, well, I don't have a big list, so that wouldn't work for me. You could still say to him, hey, look, if I could get 260, would you be happy with that? Or what's your number that you would be happy with, and would you consider JV? I'll let you leave it active at 299, but I know a few buyers, and if one of my buyers wants it, would you tell me your number and I'll go see if I can get it done? Now, if that were me, I'd be like, heck yeah. You know, if you get 260 or you work out your number, like, because he's got a basis, we know 200. So you would have this conversation, and then you could one-off go find a buyer. You could start doing a couple searches. You could put the word out. Maybe you can find a buyer and come back to this guy and say, hey, I got a buyer for 260. If you give me 10, you want to get a deal done. Or, you know, like, how would you approach that? Would you say split it or give me 10?
I wouldn't say split it, because they've taken the risk. They've taken the property down.
They got carrying costs, maybe.
They got carrying costs. I think, you know, also I think about the mind frame of a wholesaler. Mind frame of a wholesaler is different than the mind frame of a wholesaler, I think, because a wholesaler, they're going to squeeze the juice, right? And it makes sense for a home investor to be the kind of investor who's going to want to squeeze every last drop out of it, because their marketing costs for their leads is
astronomical,
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just for his phone to ring, it's probably like $1,500 a phone call.
Yeah.
Right, and so
because they do direct mail and billboard, all this expensive stuff.
And we know from Pace, right? Pace was a home investor once upon a time too. He would spend $50,000 a month to get his phone to ring 50 times.
Yeah.
And out of that, you know, he would maybe get 5-6 deals out of it, right? So he's still at a $10,000 cost per contract. So even though his basis on this is like, I don't know, $200K, he's got marketing expenses, he's got holding costs. He might actually have a true basis of like 230, right? And so, because we know that, because we understand the business, I'd actually tell him that. Yeah. I'd say, hey, I understand you've got marketing expenses. Home investors is super expensive to get the phone to ring. You bought this months ago, so you've got holding costs. So, you know, I have no eyes for what you are into it for, nor do I, you know, care to get into your business. But I do want to help you, right? And I think that I might be able to help you move this. So tell me what your bottom line is, and then I'll do my best to see if I can make a few bucks on top of that and get it out to my list and see if we can put together a deal.
Perfect. Yeah, see that, guys? Really good. I would also probably spend a little time and just understand what he does, because maybe you can bring him a deal if they've got like really good capital. and maybe you can bring him a deal. He'll buy it from you, your other deal, like another
Right.
deal and pay you 15, and then they go wholesale it or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Because they can pay more maybe, or who knows.
Right.
Like, what's your model? How do we work together? Some of the best ways, and Jamil, you're one of the best at this, is to work with competition.
Always.
Not
Always.
think they're competition, but work with them as competition.
Yeah, for me, JVing with other wholesalers is the other half of our business, right? So
Yeah.
we get half of our business from agents. The other half of our business is JV
Guys like
partners,
this.
wholesalers just like this. I don't have Austin's number in my phone.
This is great then.
That's a great contact.
like, this
for
is
me.
actually really valuable for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because now I'm going to strike up a friendship with Austin. It's likely he's heard of me, but I
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
don't know him, right?
Yeah.
And so, and maybe he doesn't know who I am. Maybe he's brand new. Who knows?
Come on
right?
now. He knows who
well,
Jamil Danzy.
maybe not. We'll see when he texts us back. But, regardless, I think it's a good opportunity for me to make a new connection, right? So I could bring this relationship to Keegley. I could bring this relationship to so many different situations. I might even say to him, hey, why don't we JV on a house together and flip it, if we get to that spot, right? So maybe I bring capital to the table, he brings the lead to the table. There's so many different ways to skin the cat.
You might say to him, hey, so how are you taking down your deals? And,
Yeah.
Oh, I got this lender that does this, this, and this. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you mind introducing me to him?
Right.
And all of a sudden you pick up a money lender.
Exactly.
Like, who knows? Like, so much value comes from these relationships. So super fun. This is
Yeah,
great.
it's
This
great.
is really cool.
So you guys see, we haven't gotten a single deal here yet, and we haven't talked to a single agent, but look at like what we've been able to accomplish just from looking at these two houses and also just making the phone call and making assessments, right? You've got to be looking at this and trying to catch the play. What's their position? What's their play? And if I can understand their play, I can understand how to talk to them. Because then I'm not going to say something dumb like,
Yeah.
you only paid $200,000 for this thing. Like, well, you're trying to make $100,000, which I've heard people do stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, bro, you don't have no idea what this guy's business model is. You don't know how much it costs for him to get that deal under contract.
And good for him if he can.
And good for him if he can, right?
Yeah.
So instead of having like a weird, positioning or perspective on it, I'm looking at it from how do I help this guy continue to make lots of money so I can make a little bit of money with him.
Yeah, that's great. So a couple other tips here, guys. What we started doing was just looking for opportunity based on the exterior picture, right? That's a very unorganized way to do it. Another way to do it would be put this on the table view, and then if you click on these things, it will give you a little arrow, and this will tell you the newest down to the oldest listing time, or time on Redfin, which is going to be on market. So then you can say, well, I want to call the newest stuff first, and I want to work through the list that way. The idea there would be maybe I can catch them, maybe I can get something done
Before it
before
goes to multiple
showings.
offers,
Yeah. That's one way. Or you could take the opposite approach and say, you know what? I want to look at the oldest stuff because look at that thing, 1.9 for
goodness.
830 days. I've never seen
Wow.
something listed for, how many years is that?
That's over three years.
Almost 3 years.
Whoa. So I mean that tells you that there's zero motivation.
Zero
here,
motivation.
right? This person has no intentions of selling that property.
Now, one angle, if you guys do this, is these conversations might be more creative finance.
Correct.
Because they might be upside down, they can't come down any lower, and they sit. So you could be like subject to. So you could call, that would be a different strategy, but you could call on old days on market. You could call on price. So you could say, you know what, I'll start with the cheapest stuff and go down the list that way. And these are probably mobile homes, right, for $12,000, $15,000. But that would be another way you could do it too. The other thing I like to do is price per square foot. So one trick that I love to do is, guys, you have to understand what price per square foot means. This is the only data that puts things apples to apples. Because what it's doing is it's saying, okay, if we take the list price and we divide that by the square footage, we'll get a price per foot. Now, what if you can determine that in the market you like to farm for deals, the retail price per square foot is $100.
Right.
Well, then everything under $100 would be underpriced.
Correct.
So it would just indicate to you, oh, this is underpriced. It might be a deal. But you can see here how this looking at price per foot, it's starting with the lowest. Now there might be a correlation with price, right? Price per foot and price. That there's usually a correlation there. But that's one more indicator that you could do that. And you could say, you know what? I don't want to look at this low price stuff. I want to get up into good flip numbers.
Right.
So I'm going to scroll all the way down here and I'm going to look at stuff in the 2s and 3s maybe.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'd rather go after stuff that's got bigger spreads.
Correct.
Whatever your model is, it doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you some ideas on how you could start to work through this list of 193.
I kind of like this one on Hadley.
This one?
Yeah.
So click on that, it pulls it up. Look at this thing, fire damage.
Ooh.
Check it out,
How many
baby.
days on
Look at
market?
it, it's all boarded up. Okay, so now Jamil is asking days on market. Now, why is Jamil asking days on market?
I'm trying to understand motivation. I'm trying to understand, 83 days. Any price drops?
Yep, great question. So, guys, what do you think Jamil is interested in 83 days on market? What story is that telling? Well, we know one thing: it's not priced aggressively, or it'd fly off the shelf. It'd be gone if it was like really priced well. So we know it's overpriced because it's been sitting here for 3 months. Now Jamil's like, okay, well maybe the days on market are high because they started high, but they're getting down more reasonable.
Yep.
So that's why you asked about the history, the price history. So let's scroll down here and check it out. A whole bunch of stuff's going on here. Okay, so we're not worried about 2010. So right here. So first listing was June 11 for 218. Listing removal, relisted. Contingent, relisted. Contingent, relisted. And we know why. There's fire damage.
Yep.
People are contracting it, then they're realizing, oh, it's going to be way more work, and they fall out of contract.
That's why they've got, and these could all have been wholesalers.
Probably are.
Probably all wholesalers, right? And so it's like, during inspection, look at this.
Yeah.
They're all happening, all these cancellations are happening during
Within 5-6 days.
Within 5-6
Yep.
days. And
So, a couple
they
of
haven't
good
moved on
things.
price. They
Oh,
listed
yeah.
at 218 and they're at 214 only. So they
Mm-hmm.
haven't moved at all on price. So
Nope.
they're stuck.
Now, this call would be a wealth of knowledge
Mm-hmm.
because he's going to tell you, oh, okay, yeah, everyone keeps contracting it, it falls out. He probably now knows, this agent, what the real numbers are.
Right.
Because he's probably gotten feedback from contractors or wholesalers that are saying, no, the real number's 150, not 110 or whatever, right? But this is a great one.
Yeah, should we give him a call?
Yeah.
Let's try this guy.
Shelly Berry. Ever heard of that?
Nope.
And it's co-listed with Tony Champy. So let's go ahead. What we're gonna do, guys, is there's no phone number, right? So we're gonna highlight that. We're gonna jump over here to Google. Then we're just gonna Google that name. And then we'll see there's some Remax stuff. Let's see what Realtor.com is the first one I always try. See how it shows you this profile, and there's a mobile.
Cool.
And Shelly's a dude, just so you know, because there's his picture. Come on, Shelly. I'll put you back over there.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Hey, is this Shelly?
Yes, it is.
Shelly, how you doing? My name is Jamil. I'm calling about 2309 West Hadley.
How can I help you?
Well, I'm, just checking it out. I see the house needs a lot of work. I do that. I love picking up, fixer-uppers, anything with a tremendous amount of damage. This looks like it's fire damaged. And I just wanted to get some details from you. I know you guys are not taking any offers until someone has viewed the property, which I can understand. But I'm wanting to get whatever details you might have on it before we go out there.
Details as far as what, sir? Specific.
Well, I've seen that it went under contract a few times and fell out, and so I'm imagining that buyers have gone in and looked and
Well,
maybe.
there have been wholesalers. That's why I'm not dealing no more wholesalers. If you don't look at it, I'm not dealing with you anymore. So,
Got it. Okay, so
if you're
Okay.
a wholesaler too, we can probably end the conversation.
yeah, no, I mean I've wholesaled before, but I fix and flip, and I have done fire damage properties. They're not outside of my wheelhouse. But do you know if the truss system is in good shape? Like, are you going to need to replace that?
It needs at least 2 or 3 new trusses on the one side where it's burned. It's not burned inside the house. The only thing that's burned is the one side where the fire is. So,
Okay. Have you guys received any bids on this for fixing it?
nope, I have not had any bids on this. No.
Okay. So you're not aware of what it might cost to get it back into.
I mean, I do this too, kind of for a living too. I kind of know what things cost.
Okay.
What,
What-
stuff. That's something of a friend of mine that had this property and he wanted to get rid of it. So
Okay.
I said,
What was your assessment on what you think it'll be?
For me, I mean, I probably get it done for about 70 with everything in it.
Wow. Can I hire you to do some jobs for me, man? That's great. I've never been able to do a fire property, even at this square footage, for under 110, 120,000. So I'm shocked at that number.
Well, I mean, it all depends on what you're doing. I mean, it ain't the best neighborhoods. I don't have high-end finishings, everything else. So, I mean, it's not like I'm this is going to be a $500,000 property. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, the finishes, I'm not talking about going, waterfall courts or anything like that. And the firehouses that I've done have all been in C-class neighborhoods. But even then, it's been, with the permitting and all the things that you've got to do when you have a fire damage property, these, from holding to just the
Property
trades.
has never been condemned.
Okay.
So
They did
still,
remove.
the electric is still hooked to it. It's
Electric
never
is
been
still
cut
hooked.
off.
Okay.
It's still there. So there's a lot of loopholes probably that you can, since it's never been condemned.
Okay.
So there's some things there. I'm not saying that somebody should go in and do some shit cheaply or whatever else. That's not what I'm saying. But when you don't have a property that's been condemned, the utilities have been cut off, and
Yeah.
everything else, I'm saying.
So-
There's only thing not there anymore is the gas meter. That's just because of non-use.
Okay. And from what you saw, where do you think this thing, exits at once you get it back up and running?
I mean, it's a $300,000 property. I mean, if somebody nets him out $180,000, that's what he probably needs to get out of the property. I put a number up there, but that's not a realistic number. Probably 180 is what he'll settle out of there if I can get that for him.
I'm sorry, I missed that. You're thinking the bottom line is about 180?
Selling the property at about 180.
Got it. Okay. I appreciate you telling me that because I can start, sharpening my pencil and really getting to it. So, are you? Would you be interested in being the buyer's agent on this and maybe helping your seller out, getting it without having to deal with the buyer's agent commission, or maybe helping yourself?
I'm not taking any commissions on it myself. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are real friends.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
My commission is $100.
My goodness.
That's the insurance.
I wish I had friends like that. My goodness. Okay, I will do my best to get out there and take a look at it here in the next couple of days. Are you open to meeting me there to get me in, or should I get somebody who has a Supra?
I need you there to let you in. Just give me a call. Give me as much time as you can. But
Okay.
let me know. Okay.
Awesome. Shelly, last thing before I let you go. I know you sound busy, so I don't want to keep you too long. You got anything else that's in distressed condition coming to market I can look at as well? I have.
This is not my normal market, so I
Okay.
do it as a free.
Okay. Makes sense. I'll do some looking at my schedule and I'll hit you back.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, brother. Bye-bye. All right. That was
textbook.
textbook, right? So what's funny about it is that he's already at 180.
Yeah, he told guys he did a 40K
Price
40K, right?
Right out the
It's
gate.
It's at 219.
218.9.
Yeah.
218,900 is what they're listed at, and we got to 180, right? So to me, I'm starting at 180, and I would now this would be one I'd actually go to see now, right? Because I would take my contractor and I'd say, give me a bid, let me know what this is going to be.
And just to clarify, in case you guys missed it, the reason why Jamil read the comment and it said, no offer will be considered unless buyer has verified viewed the property.
Yeah.
And the reason why, just like we suspected, a bunch of wholesalers locked this up.
Yeah.
Bunch of freaking wholesalers.
And he's mad now.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm never going to deal with another wholesaler again.
Because they're making sight unseen offers and then backing out
right.
on a fire damaged property.
Right. Which, I mean, again, it's part of the game, right? But now they've got 83 days on market and it's distressed as AF, right? So how I'd look at it is I'd let Shelly go and take me to the property, and I'd make Shelly come and open the door because I want him to spend time on this because he's not making a commission on this thing. He said he's getting paid $100, right?
It's a buddy or something.
It's a buddy, right? So if Shelly takes me to the property and opens the door and I get him to invest more time into this thing, right? The more time I get him invested into this property, the faster he wants to sell this. So now that I know that 180 is the bottom line, right? I would get Shelly to meet me there. I would come home. I wouldn't make a deal on site.
Okay.
I may or may not ask him for a second viewing. And then I'd come in at 150.
Now that he's invested in it.
Now that he's invested in it. Because I've got this thing, I already got it at 180.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can get this to 150 with a little bit more time. And I know for him right now, the time that he has invested in this house, just by his tone of voice, from his tone of voice, from how fast he went from 218.9 to 180 on the phone, this guy is tired of this house.
He wants it gone.
He wants this thing gone. Right?
Now, why will he let it go to you? Because you're going to build rapport.
Yep.
You're gonna be credible. He's gonna trust that you're gonna get it to the finish line. You're gonna make sure that you don't over contract because you cannot do what's been happening and back out. You're probably gonna have to waive inspection maybe, or like that's not something you want to waive inspection on. Would you pre-sell it maybe? Like try to get a number from a buyer?
Yeah, I could. You know what I could do is I would take my general with me.
Okay.
And I would say, take a look at this. Let me know where you think we'd be on it. And
you'd feel good about your number.
I would feel good about my number. And I think if I was into this thing for 150, I could hit it.
It's a 20K all day.
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's great about that is when you bring it to your buyer for 170, you're at a 50K difference from list price. So no one's going to balk at it being listed because you're so far under. It's hard when you bring stuff and it's close to list price because then people don't feel like they're getting a deal.
Yep.
Even if it is a deal, they feel like they're not getting a deal.
Right.
We've talked about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, Jamil, your call was just clockwork. It was really on point. Guys, leave a comment and give your takeaways. Like, what did Jamil say that you were like, oh man, that was really good? I liked your tonality. You were funny.
And I didn't
challenged him.
I didn't lie to him at all. He's
Nope.
like, if you're a wholesaler, you might as well end the call now. And I said, well, I've wholesaled.
Yeah.
But I also
Do other things.
And so, because I don't want him Googling my name and being like, who's this Jamil guy or whatever. Like he's got my phone number now.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden he's like, it's like Keegley, nation's largest wholesale company. He's like, God dang it, I told him I didn't want to deal with a wholesaler. I didn't want none of that, right? So
the other thing I'll do with agents, and not everybody can do this, and people get upset when they see me do this, is I'll say, look, we wholesale all the time, but unlike other wholesalers, I can come in really strong with my offer. I can put down bigger earnest money. I'll waive inspections. I'll close quickly. I can give you a lot of certainty. And so really what they're looking for, it's not that he cares about a wholesaler. What he cares about is
certainty.
can you perform? Yeah, are you going to come through or are you going to fish a number at me and then back out? Like that's really what it is. It's not about you being a wholesaler. So you can overcome that very easily by having a really strong offer.
Yep.
But again, you don't want to go in there and waive inspections on a fire damaged house if you're not feeling really on point with your number.
100%. I like this one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I'm taking a picture of this. I'm going to text it to my sister.
Okay, now listen here. You better not backdoor Jamil on this. I've done this before and people backdoor me.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's the worst.
That's great.
So don't do that, guys.
If
don't
you
call on this one and be like, if Jamil calls and they're like, yeah, for some reason right after you I got 18 offers, they will know you did that. So don't do that. Guys, be cool about this. This is what's so valuable is Jamil is showing you his game plan, guys. Like if you AI'd what he just said and you put that down on a piece of paper, that was the ultimate script. There's a couple things. Jamil asked him what he thought the number was on the repairs. Now the guy said 70. Now, you don't have to be a contractor to know that there's no freaking way you're doing that house for 70 grand. It needs everything.
No.
Right? So Jamil challenged him. He's like, whoa, man, I'm going to hire you. He's funny about it, but he's basically saying, no way. I couldn't do that for 110, which is actually the right number, probably, 110. So it's okay to challenge, be funny. And then the other thing you said, Jamil, was you're like, what do you think the back end number is? And he's like, what do you say, 350s or something? I forget what he said.
Let's comp it.
There is one awesome comp.
2309 West Hadley.
So let me show you a hack to do this on Redfin.
Yeah, let's see.
So guys, if you click on the map right here, it opens up the map of the property. And then if you click nearby homes for sale, it'll just pull you up your comp page.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you're going to have to add some filters, but it's got you the properties over. They switched it for some reason. They used to be on that side. Same thing, though. And so you're right here, 219. Here's an active for 5.
Let's see what that is.
Yep, so if I click on this, it's not even a flip. So we don't put a lot of weight on actives, right? Because they could be out to lunch. But we know that there's a listing for 5. There's one over here for 305.
What's that?
Let's look at that. That's this one. Okay, now this got granite and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's lived in, but this thing looks like totally updated, and that's at 305.
Right.
Now it's a 3.1 and smaller.
Yeah.
You're a 3.2 and 1300. Okay,
So
so
that gets you to about maybe a 330 if you that was a sold, but
yep, because what you can do is we can start looking at. So what I typically do here is let's go put some filters. Let's say we want to look at just houses, and then we're going to go over here. And what I would do is I'd say, okay, well we're 1300. Let's go. What are we? 1400 or 1300?
13.
Wasn't it high 13s though? Like almost 14.
Yes.
1384. So I would probably put what 1200 or would we go 1100?
1200 to 1400.
Okay, so that's a tight one, guys. That's going to get you pretty dang in the ballpark, right? You're only giving yourself a tiny window. If you get nothing, I got 39 homes, but that's after, so we can zoom out a little bit. But remember, you're right here. So for actives, there's nothing in this neighborhood. Let's zoom back in and let's look at solds. So that's a good sign because if there were 18 homes for sale, you'd be like, oh crap, I got a lot
Too
of
much
competition.
competition, yeah.
But let's go like this. So we want to really just look at this area. Would you cross this freeway? That's probably the same neighborhood or no?
I wouldn't.
So you'd stay in just this tiny pocket?
I would stay east of the 17, west of the 17 for sure.
Would you go down this far? Like it's okay to cross Buckeye?
I think you could cross
Yeah.
Buckeye, but I would, this is still pretty.
So what we could do is if you want to be really, really tight with your
I
data.
might go down to like Pima here and
Okay.
Yeah.
This far?
yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Don't go all the way down to Durango?
No.
And then go up like this.
Yeah. Wow, you're great artist.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Okay, so there's our parameter. And now we put in a square footage. It's the only real filter. Now what we can do is switch this to sold and go, come on, and go 6 months. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Even the year. We
okay.
could even go a year. Let's just see what a year is.
There's your best comp. So you got a 380 and a 420. Want to see what that is?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice remodel.
That's a rehab.
yeah.
So you got a 420. That's a nice rehab. And you got a 380, really close. Whoops. This guy is literally a street away. It's another rehab.
Another
Not as
rehab.
nice
Not
because
as
it got
nice,
carpet
yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
And that's
So-
that's a 3.2, 1325. So that's
Right.
probably a,
So I'm gonna say that it's a 390 house.
okay? Because
Yeah.
you're splitting the difference?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you got a 390 ARV. So let's do the math. What's a flipper want to make over there, you think?
Well, I think
Like
if you're
what formula do they go? 75, 80? Not that high anymore?
yeah, well on a let's do this the old way, the
Okay.
old-fashioned way, right? So let's go 82% of 390.
Okay, so 390 times 0.82.
Yeah, we said that the 319. We said that the remodel is probably going to be like 110, but let's call it 125.
To be safe, minus 120, 194.
194. So
And he's
you,
at 180.
and he's at 180. So you make right now you don't make anything,
Yeah.
right? You make 14 grand. So this has to be a 150 house. You
But-
get this at 150, you're making 45,
Yeah.
50,000.
And if we want to be safe, let's take 390 and go 75,
Yep.
not 82. And then let's back out 125 again, 167. So at 150, you're in the safe zone. I mean, it's a little tight.
It's really tight even at 150 then. You probably need to be closer to like
140.
140, 130 even.
Because you want to spread there in case you're off on something.
Yep.
But that's at 75. That might be wrong though. Like Phoenix has one of the highest.
Phoenix is 82
numbers.
is how
Even today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Well, I went to
say.
75. So even if
Yeah.
we go 80, like let's do it again. 390 times 80 puts you at 312,
312.
minus 125 in rehab puts you at 187. And if you got this at 150, you got a 37.
Yeah. And,
But that's-
and for a firehouse because of how much
Yeah.
how much you're going through. I still now I feel like this house needs to be 130.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's how I would smash this one.
Okay.
So I've already sent this to my sister.
Okay.
She's gonna call Shelly Belly tomorrow. Smelly Shelly. She's gonna call Smelly Shelly tomorrow. Sorry, Shelly. If you're seeing this right now, What's up, dude?
No,
She
no
goes,
offense.
"Don't call. You're only smelly, Shelly, because I bet you smell like charcoal. Because you've been hanging out in the firehouse. That's all. So we're gonna call. She's gonna call Smelly Shelly tomorrow, and I would probably say once she feels comfortable with she goes with our GC. She gets him locked into a number. I say I can do 130
Cash.
wave inspection.
Yeah.
Closing in 7 days.
There you go.
What do you say? And now I'm in.
Now you're in the money.
Now I'm in the money because I can flip this, I can wholesale this. I'm in such a good position on this house. It don't matter what happens. Yeah.
This is great.
Good fun, right?
Yeah, this is so fun, guys. Are you having fun? This is awesome.
Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about these. You want to see more Jerry and Jamil making calls? What they should probably do is come out to Puerto Rico.
Guys, imagine doing this all day long. Imagine doing this in your market. Imagine you getting on the phone like Jamil just did, and then we coach you afterwards, like say it like this, say it like that, or you could do this better, or great job here or there, right? Like that's what we're doing. We're putting on a 2-day with really it's like a couple days,
Yes,
right? Because
yeah.
we're gonna do a bonus day, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna do some fun stuff. We're gonna
Yeah.
break bread with you, eat together. You're gonna come to my hotel in Puerto Rico where it's just us. It's
gonna be dope.
super fun venue.
Yeah.
Close to the airport, close to all the beaches, so you can have fun too. It's gonna be great.
We're already half sold out, which is fun.
We're selling it out. We got a
And-
couple seats open.
We've got a few seats open, and we'd love to have you there. Like
Yeah.
super, close, intimate, small group, and I personally, if I was just getting started in the game, or if I was, had done a few deals, but like I hadn't done anything really consistently, or if I was like Austin and I spending $50,000 a month with
gosh.
home
Imagine.
investors, I'd really want to understand this process and how I can do this better because, these are free leads.
Guys, we did this on Redfin. Everybody has Redfin. It's totally
Yeah,
free.
yeah, you didn't have
You
to-
don't need something fancy.
Exactly. This isn't like a paid software. This was just Redfin.
Yeah.
And you got to see the filters. You got to see now you know how to even give yourself a list.
Yeah.
Super easy. You want to do another one? You good?
We could do another one.
Let's do one more. Let's get Jerry on the phone.
Yeah. Let's go back to our list here and let's go down. What I think we do, since we're trying to be efficient on the phone with everybody, is let's probably get out of the mobile homes.
Okay.
Do you like mobile homes? Like, do you
Nah.
still? Okay, so you avoid those. And let's get down here. Maybe we get down here a bit into some a little bit higher price. These are probably all still mobile homes. Tell me if something sticks out. Mobile home looks like
Mobile.
that looked like a house. Is that a house?
Yep.
Doesn't look too bad.
Sun City. That's 55 plus.
Okay, yeah. Look at the old kitchen, vacant, bad carpet. I mean, it's not hammered like that fire damage, but this definitely needs work. Mm-hmm. Sun City. Okay, so is that 55 and older or not necessarily? Yeah,
For sure.
Okay, so absolute bargain, unbelievable price low and firm for your fix-up. So that's what caught the algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. 27 hours.
Brand new.
So we're gonna take that in consideration when we call. We're gonna be like, hey, we know that this is brand new. What's going on? What's the action look like? Now let's go. We got a bazillion windows open. Let's go.
It's Shelly Berry, right? That was Smelly Sherry.
Shelly
Smelly
Berry. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
So we're going to call William Deal, Bill Deal on Realtor. And here's good old Bill. And there's a number. Now, what I might do, Jamil, is call him from your phone.
Okay.
I could try mine, but I doubt they'll answer it.
Mine's an LA number.
Oh, and they answer it.
Yep.
It probably helps being LA. Like,
California.
rich guy. Do they, or do you think?
Maybe. They do answer when I call.
We're calling about, which one was it? This one.
Cheryl.
Come on, Bill.
Hello, and thank you for calling Bill Deal at West USA Realty.
Imagine your last name's Deal. And you
I
do
know, you're a real estate guy.
Why didn't you and I get any cool names?
I'm Damn G.
Damn, G.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Norton's so boring.
It's cool if you say it like Damn G, but when you say it Dumb G, it's not super cool.
Dom G.
It's pretty Indian.
So let's message Bill. And oh, I'm back in town now, so I can show you. Oh, that's a different one. That's something else I was working on.
So Jerry's got deals. He's got all kinds of
thought that
stuff
was
going
a-
in on his phone. This is the guys. You know you're with the right guys when he's just getting random texts from agents being like, "Hey, I'm ready to show you another house." That's great, Jerry.
Yeah. Okay. So which one was this? Okay. So let me go back to. So what I'm gonna do, Jamil, is I'm gonna go to the call. I'm gonna message it, and I'm just gonna paste that text I sent earlier. And guys, you can just save this in your notes, right? And then add this in here. So it was Bill, right? Hi, Bill. I'm a cash buyer interested in making a cash offer on your listing on
Cheryl.
Cheryl Drive. Yep. Cheryl Drive.
Did you ever? You and Anne Marie, you guys
call
know, you guys were like high school sweethearts, or close
No,
to?
we met right. She was 18. I was 21.
Okay, so you were young.
Yeah.
I only say because I had a crush on a Cheryl when I was growing up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it her?
No, that's a street.
It wasn't Bill Deal.
No, it wasn't. Bill
Okay,
Deal.
so I texted Bill and it went through. So then, can I call you? So yeah. So then what I typically will do is I'll have 3 or 4 of these going on.
Yeah,
Because
well,
right now I
somebody's
would
gonna
move
call.
on.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I'd watch my phone. Now, you're gonna start to get confused when you got like 20 tabs
I know.
open. But it's
let's
what we do.
keep going until we get somebody on the
Okay.
phone for you.
Okay, so where were we? We were down here somewhere. So we're just gonna go through our list. What in the world is that?
It's Tempe.
A roof?
Ooh,
Here's my roof. Ooh, Hammer City.
That is,
Look at that thing.
That is nasty.
Like, look at this.
Damn.
What am I
Gee,
looking at?
That's like a
Exposed roof.
yeah. What happened here?
Gut.
Oh, it's gut
gut,
job.
gut. Okay. So what's so fun about this is you and I could care less about ARV, care less about repairs. All we want to do is freaking get on the phone with somebody, and then we uncover what we need to know. Okay, so
101 days on
long
market.
time, probably over. I mean, 389 seems like a lot, doesn't it? Well, there's no way that's 3,500. How is that 3,500?
Addition City. This is like a Frankenstein house, dude.
Discover the charming property, prime location. All right. I mean, how in the world is it 3,500 square feet?
I bet you she says the seller just kept on building additions.
Look at
and
this.
never stopped.
And it's like Four Sons Realty, something, something, you know,
Oh,
another,
Yeah.
might even be,
Her brokerage.
yeah. So let's go try to find this. Veronica. There you are.
I also dated a Veronica. It's a very rare name, you know, and so I had to,
How many women have you dated?
not enough.
Okay. 602. All right, come on. We gotta get one.
Come on.
Come on
Veronica.
now, Veronica. And what was it? This one? Yeah.
You should say, hey, this is Veronica. Do you mind if I call you V?
Come on. It's 4 o'clock right now.
I already started drinking.
Oh yeah.
Real estate
The
agents.
agents, they start to get wasted at like
2:30. It's a tough job.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice
Kidding me.
messaging system.
what if I called on your phone now?
Okay.
You think it would work?
You try it.
This will be a funny test. Do people answer a Detroit number or an LA number?
What's that number?
I got it right here. This is damn G.
Your call has been
Oh,
forwarded
worse.
to an automated
She
voice
sent it right to
messaging system.
voicemail.
She's like, LA.
Wow.
All right, fine. Be that way.
Damn.
I don't know. We could text her, but should we just move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Since we're
Rapid
trying to-
fire.
Since we're trying to just keep the action high. What in the world is that? These are mobile homes again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a house? Oh, there's yours.
There's mine. We're coming for
Oh.
you. Okay. Garfield. Dated. Roof looks chocolatey.
It's not hammered,
Not
but it's
hammered,
vacant.
hammered. Yeah, it's vacant. How many days
And-
on market? 18.
18. Lots of room. I mean, it's iffy. I'd like to see it hurt a little more. Right, kitchen looks okay, appliances in there, but it's definitely vacant. So someone's probably hemorrhaging on this thing. You know, should we call on it?
Let's do it.
Okay. So Liz, did you date a girl named Liz?
Jesus. Yes.
Dated all the girls.
Dude, what is happening today? The first person I called was a Natalie. I was married to Natalie.
Veronica.
There's a Veronica. We're calling a Liz now. We're just missing Tiffany.
She looks like your type here.
You're funny. If you're wondering what the picture, they can see the screen. Okay.
Come on now, Liz. Yeah, this one. Oh yeah.
Hello, this is Liz.
Hi, Liz. Nice to meet you. My name's Jerry. I'm calling about one of your listings, Garfield Street.
Okay.
I'm an investor looking at this as a potential flip. Maybe it'd make a good rental. What can you tell me about it?
I am actually getting out of my car right now to show a property. You want to call my code list?
Oh, sure. What's that number?
The 602-370-7400.
602-370-7400. And what's
Buddy.
Buddy?
Buddy Contreras. Yeah, he's my husband.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Bye. Come on, Buddy.
Buddy.
Buddy Contreras.
Hey, buddy, I talked to your pal.
Hey, Buddy, don't do this.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Buddy.
Don't do this.
Buddy.
Hi, you've reached Joyce. I'm not available to take your...
Why did it do that?
I have no idea.
I thought we had something.
Okay.
One thing I did though, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm sort of like, I'm an investor. It might be a good flip, maybe a rental. And the reason why is because this is definitely rent ready.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we look at it that way. And anyway, I just try to keep that door open a little bit when
Sure.
it's sort of obvious that this could go
It might
either
not
way.
be a full, yeah.
Where it could go either way.
Also, this could be a really good co-living because it's a 6-bed, 2,300 square foot. So like that actually, you add a few baths into this thing and
Yeah,
you got
print money.
Yeah. I just found out today that Section 8 is now approved for co-living
Oh,
in Phoenix, and Section 8 will pay $1,600 a room a month. Right now, I'm getting $1,000 a room on my pad split.
wow.
Yeah. I'm printing money on that house. But if I can get $1,600 a room,
Good night. How many rooms do you have?
6,
Oh my gosh. What's the drama level?
very little.
They don't fight and stuff like that? None of that goes on?
No.
Section 8's great because they don't want to lose their voucher.
Yeah.
So they usually
They're
play
pretty
nice.
good.
Yeah, they don't, because if they get complaints and stuff,
yeah.
they can lose their voucher.
Yep.
What about this Saguaro? What do you think? Grandma's house?
Feels a little nice.
Too nice?
Yeah.
Priced high too.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Now guys, you can't go wrong calling because remember, you can just having
I like this at 325. Let's see what that's
what's
about.
that? Oh, it's a lot, or what is
Is that a lot?
What's going on here? Oh no, there's a what? It's just a terrible agent. They put some.
Oh my God! You didn't put a front elevation
we,
picture on.
we got 3 pictures, but you
Yes.
could tell this is.
Never gonna sell like this.
I know. I saw it and we kept going because I'm like, oh, it looks like land.
Even you didn't.
Yeah.
Even the investor didn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
This is a great one to call,
The great one because everyone
Six-
else is probably skipping it.
right?
Oops.
Heidi.
Come on, Heidi. Majidi.
Majidi.
That's not Indian, is it?
No.
Darn it.
Majidi. Sounds like Armenian or something. It's cute.
Jamil. Do you want me to ask her if she's single?
No.
How do you feel about blondes?
That's why.
Oh, you're not into blondes?
I like brunettes.
You're gonna have a good time in Puerto Rico.
I know.
Let's go to Puerto Rico, guys. JerryandJamil.com.
JerryandJamil.com. Let's go to Borrego.
What if we hooked you up with a mamacita while we were there?
I'm not coming home. Mamacita in my casita.
Oh shoot! I called the office. Well, no, I didn't. Look at both those numbers, Jamil.
They're the same. My house is my office. My office is my house.
Okay, we're calling Heidi, and we're calling her about
25th Drive.
25th Drive.
Hello, you've reached Heidi McGeady with Remaxing Properties. Please leave a message.
What is going on?
I think it's the witching hour, bro. It's like Cinderella had to be home by midnight. Agents have to be drunk by 3. Otherwise, they turn into pumpkins.
It's not even Friday. You know what I mean?
All right, last one, and then
Okay.
we call it. If we
Okay.
don't get somebody on this
I
last
better
call,
make it count then.
we're just gonna cut. We're gonna cut, Bobby. We're gonna cut. If we don't get somebody on this call, it's done. Venice, come be our good luck dog. Come here. Come here. Be our good luck doggy.
This'll work. Excellent opportunity. TLC.
You're a good luck
Is it
dog.
good luck charm?
Yeah.
Why are his eyes bugged out like that?
She's old.
I love the little growly thing. Come on. Okay, this one's Helga. Now I know for sure you dated a Helga.
I've never dated a Helga before. Oh, there's that time I was in Switzerland.
Germany. Okay, come on, Helga.
I did
Please,
have
please.
a very, very special
phone
evening
number.
with the Swedish handball team when I was visiting Greece when I was in college.
You did not.
I swear to God, I
wish.
did. I swear I did.
You wish.
It's a pretty good story, Jerry.
that was a dream. That didn't really happen.
Hello.
Do you have any pictures or videos? See, there's no proof.
There's no proof. No, there's no existing proof any longer. That's true.
My kids
okay.
will tell me, Dad, I did this awesome thing. I'm like, did you get it on video? Well, no, it didn't
It
happen.
didn't happen.
Okay, I don't know if this is an office, but 424
Wish Jerry luck, okay, with Helga.
Helga Galan. Okay, we're gonna try Helga. Please, please, Helga, answer your phone. That wasn't that one, was it? No, that was.
Thank you for calling Solis. This is Helga.
Yes, hi Helga. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good. I'm calling about your listing on. I'm looking for it right here, Alice Avenue.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm an investor looking at this as a possible flip or maybe a rental.
Uh-huh.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, it belongs to the city of Phoenix, and the instructions are in MLS.
Okay, I'm looking at it on Redfin. Is it in there?
No, MLS is a system that realtors have access to,
Right.
so you would have to work with a realtor.
Oh, but it's showing you as the listing agent.
Right, but I can't represent you, and since the city of Phoenix is the seller, they will not work with a buyer
Oh.
that's unrepresented.
Oh, I see. So you're the listing agent, but you can't do dual agency with a buyer. So would I have to come with my own agent?
Correct.
Can I work with you and you just represent the seller, but we still work together on the deal? Like just no representation?
The city of Phoenix will not allow that. They consider that to be a conflict of interest.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's no problem. I can.
I'm not going to lose my license over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. Well, that helps a lot. Do you have a minute though? We could talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking to get a little more visibility. So when the city owns it, was it condemned or is it just they took it back from taxes?
No, these are properties that were gifted to the city
Gifted.
by HUD in the 70s, 80s. I'm assuming they were foreclosures at some point. HUD
Okay.
took them back. Then they were Section 8 rentals forever.
Okay.
And then at a certain point in time, I don't know if it has to do with depreciation or whatnot. I can't imagine HUD's tax returns. I don't want to, but they have to dispose of them. So one is Section 18, like this one on 16th Avenue, where it's too much work. And then there's Section 32, which then the city goes in and completely rehabs them, and those are part of their affordable housing stock, and those are for first-time buyers under a certain percentage of income, and they rehab the property so the buyer won't have any major expenditures in the first few years of home ownership. But this one is under Section 18, so that means it's too much work for them to rehab it.
And so they just want to sell it, get it off their books, and be done with it.
Yes, pretty much.
Now, tell me about the pricing. How do they typically do this? Because it's been on the market for 42 days. I mean, do
They
they?
get an appraisal.
And then what do they do? Go 10% off of that or something typically?
I don't know what the formula is, but that's what they tell me. I'm just a flat listing agent, so they
Okay.
just send me the listing information. I just put it in MLS. I have no knowledge of the property. The seller property disclosure, or the SPUDs, as we refer to it, is inside of the MLS document tab, along with all of the instructions, disclosures, the lead-based paint and whatnot is in there for the agent to submit their offer.
Okay, so you have no visibility on price and how they negotiate or any of that.
No, they just get offers from agents, and then they tell me which one they're going to go with, and I just put it under contract.
Okay, because, like I'm just wondering, is this a waste of my time if I'm significantly under, or is it worth still putting in an offer? Like I got to tighten my pencil here, sharpen my pencil here, but I'm just wondering what this process looks like. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So would you recommend just run my numbers, whatever it is, just submit that offer and see what happens?
Well, I'll tell you that they're not going to go too low. And it's the city of Phoenix. They have hundreds of these properties, and so they're not in any kind of hurry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's a different type of dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, not like normal people who, need to sell it and get the money. They can sit on it forever.
Right.
Yeah, because I've done.
They've been holding on to them since the 70s. And they're free and clear. They're also free and clear.
Yeah, I mean the condition's not bad. I mean it looks like a rental, pretty much.
Yeah, well, in the seller's property disclosure, they have that somebody had the great idea of going in there and taking out the copper piping.
Oh yeah, well.
And that could be expensive to fix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've done HUD homes before, and the way HUD works is they come up with their number, and then pretty much if you offer within 10% of that, they'll take it. And then they strategically, like every 30 days or whatever, they do a price reduction. And they're just very methodical about getting it finally to the number where it pops. So I imagine, because they're in the same boat, they're not motivated.
They have a little formula. I forget how many days and the percentage, but yeah, they'll do price reductions until
it finally sells. They're
unload it.
Yeah. I'm looking at the price history right now, and yeah, they basically are doing look, I can tell you what they're doing. They're doing a $5,000 price reduction every 2 weeks. Yep,
Yeah,
that's exactly what they do. So every 2 weeks they drop it $5,000, see what happens, drop it $5,000, another 2 weeks, see what happens. Eventually, 6 years from now, it'll be where an investor will want it, like me, or whatever. That's the process. Okay. Well, do you do traditional real estate? Like, do you get normal distress listings from private sellers?
Not really, because I work for we're a nonprofit.
Okay.
And we do all kinds of things. We do down payment assistance, and we do lending, and we do the counseling, the home buyer education class, 8 hours. And so I have a lot of admin work, and I really don't have time to represent sellers and buyers, if you will.
Okay. Reason why I'm asking is if you do get a listing or go on appointment or get a lead that is distressed, if you call me, we can work out a cash offer before you go public, right before you list it. And if the number works for the seller, we can get something done. I'm more than happy to pay the full commission to you over normal commission. You know, we work with a lot of agents where we compensate them really well, you know, when they bring us good leads for distressed properties.
Okay.
Would you be able to save my number? And
Sure, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
yeah, save it as Jerry Cash Buyer.
Okay.
And then if something like that comes up, just give me a call. I mean, we'll run our numbers, we'll get it to you, and if it works, great. And that'd be a great way for you too, because then you don't have to deal with it. You can have an investor come in and take it and deal with all the issues, right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll save your number and follow up with you periodically, but we'll probably take a look at this and see what we got to do to get an offer in on it.
Okay, sounds
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye. That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
Never. I've never heard of that was the most unmotivated agent as well.
Just did not
we
care.
have an unmotivated seller. We had an unmotivated agent.
And a distressed property.
Right? It's like, okay, so the seller has owned the property since the 70s. The 70s. It's the city of Phoenix, meaning
That's 50 years.
Yeah.
55 years.
So they depreciated it,
Yeah.
and which means they got their depreciation down to zero. There's no recapture now. So they were gifted the property. That means that HUD gifted the property, so it didn't have
wrote
to,
it off.
It wrote it off.
Yep.
Gifted it to the city of Phoenix. Now the city of Phoenix has a tax liability if it sells it before the depreciation timetable. So it waited that, and then it had it rented out. It was giving it some cash flow. Then it looks like the people who lived in it decided to eat the copper pipes, and so they were like, let's get rid of this. And so now they give it to a nonprofit brokerage.
So they don't even have to pay commissions or
Yeah,
what?
I mean, like I've never seen anything so
Bizarre.
unmotivated before.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's cool to see that. Every once in a while you're gonna find agents like this, right? Who
Yeah.
are like, you know, man, I don't care. I don't make money. I don't care about making money. You know, I do a lot of admin work, and I don't have really time to make money because I do admin work.
What a terrible life. That sounds horrible to me.
Helga, you can do better
Come on, Helga.
if you're watching this.
Dude, bring us some good leads and you can make lots of money.
You know.
I mean, here's a flip for 465 on the same street.
Oh,
And
nice.
what are they at?
365.
Yeah,
355.
355. So
you'd probably 465.
same
here.
house. Like look
Yeah.
at it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is a flip. Let me pull it up. But the outside look, yeah, look at this. Nice flip. Look how nice they did on this one.
You need to be in that house at about 300.
Okay.
So
Okay, so what we could do is put this thing in our follow-up, because what they're doing, you guys catch what they're doing? Luckily I have experience with HUD, the way HUD does it is just brilliant, because they're not motivated. They just do these tiny little price drops. At some point, like let's say the buyers are here, they just go like this, and then all of a sudden one day
it happens. Yeah.
it'll
And it
trigger an
pops.
offer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're probably very much the same way. But what might happen is this thing accumulates days on market and all the normal guys like you and I just forget about it. Like, oh, there that property is again. And it sort of gets forgotten. And then you sneak in there and grab it. So it's probably worth keeping an eye on.
I would absolutely do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this was a good time.
Yeah, this was great. Learned a lot.
So much. I've never seen this situation. So we got involved in a call today of a situation neither of us had ever been involved in. That was super interesting. We had Smelly Shelly.
Which was classic.
Classic
I
call.
mean, that was how your
right?
call should go.
So we're gonna see how that one rocks out, and then we have some things that maybe people will follow up and see where it goes.
And we showed the reality of this.
Yeah.
Like guys, it's just like calling sellers a lot of times. I mean, way more action than calling sellers, but people don't answer, you got to follow up. Now, what would be smart for Jamil and I to do would be to now keep ourselves organized, like have a good CRM, input notes, put it in your follow-up sequences, build out your agent, list. Like that's how you do this at a high level.
I agree.
So guys, hope you guys got a lot out of this. Again, come hang out with Jamil and I in Puerto Rico. It's going to be a small group, just a handful of us. You're going to get to know Jamil and I. You're going to be surrounded by already some of the people that we know. There's some friends of yours. These are already high producers that
Yeah.
are coming.
Yeah.
Think about this. We've got some high producers coming to our event that they understand, like you and I, where when you get good coaching, You go to that coaching, you and I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in coaching.
Always.
Because if we can walk out of there with one nugget that will change the
Or
game,
one relationship.
or one relationship,
You know,
that makes millions of dollars.
They do.
And that's why they're there. And you have a chance, guys, to be in that room.
Yep.
Like that alone is worth millions.
And the reality is, it's probably a deeper relationship with the two of us, which
Yeah.
is also, probably a good thing. You have Jerry's phone number, my phone number. You got a good deal. You need to sell it real quick. You get it right to us.
You need help with something.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different situation, right?
I mean, you need help reviewing a call. We'll jump on with you. Like, we're just gonna treat you like family.
well, yeah, we're in each other's ecosphere.
Yeah.
So go to jerryandjamil.com and come hang out. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. This was so fun. We'll see you on the next video.
Hey, leave a comment, subscribe, bang.